Here at Discount Hydraulic Hose, we make nearly 200 hose assemblies a day. Today, we're going to show you how to make an assembly on our UA4 from Uniflex Hydraulics. This machine here will handle 1/4 inch to 1 1/4 inch 4-wire hose. It features a special greaseless slide bearing technology, which makes this machine relatively low maintenance and easy. It is fully adjustable, so you can just use this micrometer to essentially achieve any crimp spec that you need. We sell this as a bundle with 9 dies ranging from 14 to 50 millimeters, which should cover 95% of any hose that you need within that 1/4 inch to 1 1/4 inch range. And it's 120 volts, so it can plug into any regular house outlet. Now we're going to demonstrate making a hydraulic hose assembly using a piece of SAE 100 R2 1/2 inch, as well as a braided hose. Once you have your hose cut squarely, you're ready to begin the assembly process. Keep in mind when cutting your hose assembly that you should cut the assembly a total of approximately 1/4 inch short to account for expansion when crimping. Also keep in mind that hose assemblies are measured from end to end of the fitting. One of the important factors to check when making an assembly is that your fitting is fully inserted. You can accomplish this by marking the hose approximately where the fitting will come down to when the fitting is fully inserted. So the hose will it'll bottom out approximately here on the fitting. So you hold the hose to that point on the fitting and then mark your hose here. That way, when you push the fitting on, it should come right up to that line. That's how you know that your fitting is fully inserted in the hose. Now that your hose is fully inserted in your fitting, we're ready to crimp. Referring to our crimp specs chart, we're going to be crimping our R28 assembly to 23.1 millimeters using the 22 millimeter die on the UA4. An important thing to remember with the UA4 is that the dies come in 2 pieces. You always want to make sure that these are inserted horizontally into the machine with the center broken like that, rather than any other orientation. Put the back half in first, put the front half in. Now you just need to set your micrometer. Since we're using the 22 millimeter die, I like to think of the micrometer as miking up to your specification. Our spec is 23.1, so we're going to set the micrometer to 1.1. That's going to be 1 full revelation. Now the micrometer is set to 1.1. Since we're using a braided fitting, we're going to crimp to the knurl. All that means is you're going to line this line on the hose end up to the top of your die teeth. The UA4 comes with a hose holder, so once you get your hose in position, you can let go. All you got to do is pull this back and press the button. Once the piston is fully retracted, you can go ahead and release your hose. And the last thing to do is to check your crimp spec with a set of calipers to make sure you've achieved your desired crimp. In this case, we're looking for a spec of 23.1 millimeters plus or minus 0.13 millimeters. And we are at 23.08, so we are within that tolerance.